Welcome back and moving on to our second segment of today, talking more about the Sinai Liberation Day. And when we talk about the significance of this important day to all Egyptians, and when we talk more about Sinai, I think the best one to tell us more about it is our guest over the phone, Major General of Staff Dr. Samir Farag, and strategic expert. Hello. الو
الو ايوه يا فندم صباح الخير.
صباح الخير يا فندم.
Good morning, sir.
طبعا في البدايه
Of
سعداء
course,
بوجود
I'm
حضرتك
also
معانا
glad to
وبمكالمه
have you
حضرتك
with us
النهارده معانا يا
here
فندم.
on the phone.
ده شرف ليا يا فندم.
It's an honor.
دائما وابدا
We
بنقول سيناء
always
هي مش
say that
بس جزء
Sinai is
من
not
مصر
just
او
part
جزء كبير
of
قوي من مصر،
Egypt
ولكن هي
or a
جزء
big
من
part of
كل
Egypt,
مواطن
but it
مصري،
is so important to
وهي
every
بتعتبر
Egyptian
يعني
citizen,
حاجه
and it is
كبيره قوي
considered to
لينا
be a
كلنا
very
باختلاف
big
الاجيال.
part for all generations.
ليه دايما يعني احنا عايزين نوضح ده
We
اكتر
want to
ونقول ان هي فعلا ليها
clarify this more
معاني
and
كتيره جدا،
elaborate on
من
this,
اهمها
the
كمان
importance
ان
of
احنا يعني
Sinai
قوه المصريين في
and
مواجهه
the fact
جميع
that
انواع
it shows the
المخاطر اللي
strength of the
ممكن
Egyptians, their
يواجهوها
will, their
واصرارهم
ability to
وعزيمتهم ان
overcome
هم
all
يقدروا
the
يسترجعوا
challenges
ارض
and all the
سيناء الغاليه
difficulties
مره
through
ثانيه.
their will. The main reason for the importance of Sinai is throughout long years, Sinai has always been the source of threat to Egypt. 4,000 years, the Hyksos to attack Egypt, and then Qambiz, and then the Tatar, and then the Ottoman attack on. And then Israel in the year 1956 and 1967, and also terrorism in Sinai during the recent period, and finally what's taking place in Sinai. That's why Sinai is so important, because it is considered to be the gateway of threatening Egypt over the past history. And also after 1967, the Israelis took control over Sinai fully, and it was a problem for Egypt. Yet we were able to restore Sinai through the three battles. The first battle was in October 1973, when we attacked the Berlef line and restored part of Sinai, and this was the military battle. Next came the political battle that was managed greatly by late President Anwar Sadat, and he signed the peace agreement. And then we were able to restore the rest of Sinai, but Israel made a pretext saying that Taba is ours. So we went into the arbitration battle, and we were able, after 3 years, to win this arbitration battle and to restore Sinai fully and totally. And thus came the importance of Sinai to the Egyptian citizen. Today, to preserve Sinai, what should we do? President Sisi said that securing Sinai should be through developing it. So the first thing we did was constructing the 4 tunnels to link Sinai and connect it to the Delta. Next, the constructing 3 cement factories in Sinai, a marble and granite factory. Thus, we do not need to import any marble, but we export it rather. And we developed also Bardawil Lake. And today, this lake is one of the most modern 5 lakes worldwide. And we are exporting all its production to Europe. And we constructed an ice and foam factory for exports. One of the most important projects in Sinai right now is developing Al Arish port. It's being upgraded to be the biggest containers port in the Mediterranean. And it will develop Sinai greatly during the coming period. In addition to another project, the domestication of the Bedouins. and settling them in the new villages. We constructed new villages and we've constructed a well, and once we find water, we construct and establish a village. Every Bedouin take 9 fiddans to plant and a house, and there is a school in every village. So the Bedouins of Sinai now would be in the heart of Egypt. We also constructed the 3 new universities in Sinai and 56 new schools in Sinai and 3 new cities. One of them is Rafah city that we are going to inaugurate the first part of which today. And we constructed also 4,000 fiddans that would be reclaimed. This would take millions of families. So Sinai today, with its new development and construction, would find a lot of residents and it not raise the greed of people, so that people would think that they can send the Gazans to Sinai. Accordingly, we started securing Sinai by this idea development. Major General, despite the fact that long years have passed, yet Egypt and His Excellency President Sisi are always keen on honoring the martyrs, and Egypt wouldn't have reached this level we reach today without the martyrs who sacrificed their lives in Sinai to restore it back. Of course, I'm always happy with this, because if it was not for the martyrs who sacrificed themselves for Sinai, we wouldn't have enjoyed peace and security and stability in Egypt as we do today. And the President seizes any opportunity to honor the families of martyrs. In addition to the fact that the Morale Department in the Armed Forces, the police always do the same. In every event they contact the martyrs' families, and there are departments that meet the needs and the requirements of the sons of those martyrs. Because I could have been a martyr myself, and anyone who sacrificed himself for Egypt should find support for his family. Major General, today when we see the challenges, of course there are a lot of challenges facing us and facing the whole world. We always say that there are a lot of lessons learned from this day that is dear to all Egyptians, and there are a lot of lessons learned that help us challenge difficulties and confront the different challenges. I'm so glad to listen to this question, because Egypt, for the first time in its history, is facing 4 challenges in parallel. This has never happened in the history of Egypt. The first challenge is Sinai and what's happening in Gaza. And we can see how this impacts us. The second challenge is what's taking place on the western side and the instability in Libya. This represents also insecurity to the west of Egypt. Also, the developments in Sinai and the instability and insecurity. Sudan is going into a dark tunnel, so all these challenges are faced by Egypt, plus the internal challenges facing all countries, like the soaring prices, inflation, unemployment. So we are facing all these challenges together. Yet what makes us happy as an Egyptian army is the fact that as we were able to overcome the challenge after the defeat of 1967, and we became victorious in 1973 and restored our lands, we believe that this nation would confront all these challenges, overcome them, and enable Egypt to restore security and stability. Major General, I would like to listen to a message, a final message you want to send to the Egyptians on Sinai Liberation Day. The message we're sending is, in the past, we used to say the spirit of October, that we should all be united as one unit and never listen to rumors. We are facing now the fourth and the fifth generation rumors that and wars, and these are based on rumors. They want to separate the state from the people and their army. So our goal right now is to keep united as one unit in order to be a strong state and to confront all these challenges that I've just mentioned. And then Egypt would be strong enough. So I call on all the Egyptian youth not to listen to rumors, fake news, so that Egypt would always be strong as it has always been. Major General Chief of Staff, Dr. Samir Farag, we are always glad to have you with us. Thank you very much.
And I guess with this, we come to the end of our breakfast show for today. Thank you all for joining us. Today, we were celebrating together the 42nd Egypt celebration or anniversary of the Sinai Liberation Day. Thank you very much for joining us, and stay tuned for more coming up on Nile TV International.